Today, we're diving straight into an executive briefing that is, quite frankly, rewriting the rules of digital business. We're talking about how AI is completely transforming web deployment. Look, if you run a business, you already know the friction of launching digital assets. It's a headache, but today, we're going to explore how you can turn weeks of expensive, tedious development into literally seconds of generation. Let's jump right in.
So, here is the massive paradigm shift we are navigating right now. Think back just 2 years ago. Deploying a reliable site meant heavy capital and time investments. You're looking at dropping, say, $5,000 and waiting a frustrating 6 weeks for scratch-coded development. But today, you type a single plain English sentence describing your business, and the AI generates your entire digital footprint in under 60 seconds. The barriers to entry haven't just been lowered, they've been completely demolished. I love this quote because it hits the nail right on the head. No developer, no coding. Just type. We are rapidly eliminating those old technical bottlenecks. You no longer need to hire for complex software knowledge because we're shifting directly to text-driven execution. You just command it, and the AI handles the whole shebang. The pages, the copy, the forms, and even the SEO. To respect your time, we've categorized the top tools by their actual business use case. We'll be covering the new web reality, rapid prototyping and landing pages, scalable marketing and content, advanced design and copywriting, portals and internal applications, and finally, strategic AI tool selection. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, rapid prototyping and landing pages. This is all about deploying microsites and simple presences instantly. So if your goal is aggressive speed and simplicity, you're going to want to look at Card, Hostinger, and Durable. These three focus on rapid time to value. Need to get online in under a minute to validate an idea without overthinking it? Card clocks in at a blistering 5 seconds. Hostinger can generate a site in 30. And Durable, it gives you a totally hands-off setup in just 15 seconds. Time to market is literally measured in breaths now, not business days. And the cost? Well, brace yourself. $9. Card delivers fully responsive one-page landing pages, which are absolutely perfect for things like event RSVPs or link in bio pages for an astonishingly low $9 a year. Let that sink in. A year. Meanwhile, Hostinger steps it up and lets you build full 5-page sites. We're talking AI-written About Us sections and niche-specific stock photos, all for under $3 a month, just by answering 4 simple questions. The value is just unbeatable. Now, for the execs out there who just absolutely hate operational friction, let's talk about Durable. It's honestly a revelation. It doesn't just build a site in 15 seconds, it automatically spins up an entire lead generation ecosystem. It creates your logo, writes your service pages, sets up your Google Business Profile link, and even includes a built-in AI CRM, so you can manage leads straight from the dashboard. Moving right along to Section 2, Scalable Marketing and Content. These are the tools that build upon established platforms and guide brand creation. Okay, so what if your operational needs require a bit more brand alignment, or you need things to play nice with your standard marketing stacks? That's where platforms like 10Web, Wix AI, and Bookmark bridge the gap. Take 10Web, for example. It is basically a WordPress killer. Instead of locking you into a closed system, it builds directly on top of WordPress. You just feed it an existing URL, and it clones the design, rewrites the content, and auto-optimizes the page speed and code. Then we have Wix. And hey, I know Wix used to be the punchline of web design jokes a few years back, but they have completely reinvented themselves. Wix AI generates these highly credible, modern layouts based entirely on your brand's vibes, whether that's minimalist, bold, playful, whatever you need. It totally escapes that dated template feel. Plus, their instant AI section generator lets you add new content blocks like a recipe card or a newsletter sign-up just by issuing a simple text command. This brings us to Bookmark and their pretty incredible tool, IDA, which stands for Artificial Intelligence Design Assistant. Instead of throwing a static template at you and wishing you luck, IDA takes a much more consultative approach. It acts kind of like a junior designer. It's going to ask you highly targeted questions about your services, your prices, and your hours. And then it dynamically generates a custom layout, section by section. It really provides that hand-holding that busy operators crave. Up next is Section 3, Advanced Design and Copywriting. This is for when you need uncompromising aesthetics and conversion-focused assets. Here is where we see a fascinating shift in development. The idea that copy is actually greater than layout. You see, most AI builders focus heavily on the visuals first, but a tool called Hops flips that paradigm entirely on its head. It operates on the core principle that words sell, so it generates all of your conversion copy before it even touches the visual design. Think of Hops as a hybrid between a high-end copywriter and a web builder. It starts by generating your homepage hero copy, your value propositions, detailed FAQs, and even the meta descriptions. And the coolest part? You edit this text on one side of your screen, almost like you're just typing in a Google Doc, and the design automatically updates live around your words. If you're building landing pages where conversion is the absolute priority, Hops is an absolute secret weapon. Now, on the high-end visual front, generalist builders usually fall short. That's where Frames and Framer AI step in. If your team lives in Webflow, Frames by Reloom is a total dream. You prompt it, and it generates fully structured, responsive wireframes directly inside Webflow. You are never starting from a blank canvas again. Framer AI, on the other hand, is all about animation. It produces incredibly complex, scroll-triggered reveals and interactive cards. The output literally looks like a $10,000 custom build. The only catch here is that your team does need to know the Framer interface to fine-tune it. But for the pros, it's a game changer. Section 4. Portals and internal applications. Connecting databases to dynamic web experiences. Okay, moving beyond simple brochure sites, we have to talk about Softer. Softer fundamentally changes the game. This isn't just a drag-and-drop website generator, it's an application hybrid. If you are an operations leader building internal tools, client dashboards, or membership directories, Softer is light years ahead of the competition. The deployment process here is beautifully efficient. You simply connect your existing database, like an Airtable or Google Sheet. The AI then reads your raw data and your columns. You just give it a prompt like, build me a client portal for invoices. And instantly, Softer turns that raw data into a fully functional login-protected web application. Generating portals from your datasets in seconds, it's a massive, massive win for internal ops. Finally, let's bring it all together in Section 5, Strategic AI Tools Selection, matching your exact business requirements to these platform capabilities. We've moved rapidly through the landscape today, so think of this as your executive cheat sheet. It highlights exactly where you should deploy capital and attention. Need legacy WordPress integration? Go with 10Web. Looking for ultra-low-cost, rapid prototyping? You want Card, Hostinger, or Durable. For brand-aligned marketing, look at Wix AI or Bookmark. When conversion copy and premium UI are non-negotiable, leverage Hops, Framer AI, or Frames. And for internal tools and secure client portals, Softer is the undisputed king.
So, what does this all mean for us? Well, the reality we have to face is that the traditional, expensive 6-week web development cycle is officially a thing of the past. The technology to bypass that bottleneck entirely is sitting right here in front of us. So I'll leave you with this final thought as we wrap up today's explainer. Considering the speed, the massive cost reduction, and the sheer capability of these tools, which of these platforms are you going to leverage to drive